Hey yo, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be checking out the new Cymatics beta pack. It is called Chaos. It is just a teaser pack for the actual pack that will be out very soon. We're just going to dive into that, and I'm going to be making a beat using some of the samples in the pack. If you do want this sample pack at the end of the video, it will be in the description below. Just a few things before we do get into my MacBook and start cooking up this beat. For my 40k giveaway, there is still a few people that haven't claimed their prizes, so take a look at my community posts. I posted a picture on there of all of the winners. If you are one of the winners, please email me ASAP so I can give you your prize. Any unclaimed prizes I will be giving away in future videos, so keep an eye out for that if you didn't get to win this time round. If you didn't win this time round, don't be disheartened. 50k, I am going to go big. 50k giveaway is going to be my biggest giveaway ever, so stick around for that. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. I do all sorts of videos for music producers here on the channel. Serum presets, sample packs. I just do cook-up videos of me making beats, free VSTs, etc. It is a good place to be if you are a music producer looking for resources. With all that out of the way, let's get into the MacBook. As you should be able to see now, we are in my MacBook. We are in Ableton. This pack will work in any DAW, Fruity Loops, Logic, so don't worry about me using Ableton. Just drag and drop, easy as that. We have stems and midis in this pack. Once you download the pack, it should look a lot like this. So basically the folders with unreleased next to them have nothing in there. They are just showing you what is to come when the pack finally drops, the paid pack. And this is a really good move by Cymatics, because if you don't pay for packs, you don't really know what you're missing out on, because they are putting the folders from the final piece in there with unreleased next to them. You kind of know what to expect in the paid pack, so that's quite a clever move. I've not seen that done before. With the stems, you just get the WAV files, and then each WAV file will have a MIDI associated with it, if that makes sense. So if you like sound of one of these stems, and then you go and find the same name in the MIDI files, and you've basically got the whole project to play with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick through the Cymatics pack, try and pick out some lo-fi type folders, and just work with them. And I'm going to be making a beat using one. Geez, Around the World sounding very chilled. I really love that vocal that's in there as well. The good thing about stems and MIDI files, and I say it all the time on the channel, but I'm aware there's a lot of new producers and a lot of new people that come to my channel all the time. The good thing about stems is that if you just like the chords, just take the chords, run with it, and build your own project around those chords. So just take whatever you like from the stems. You don't have to use them all. Say if you just like that vocal, I'm pretty sure that would work in any D major chord set. Make your own D major chords, throw that vocal in there, and it's your own track. Build your own kind of stuff around it. Plus you got the MIDI file as well to play with. Winning. Geez, I'm just picking these folders on BPM mainly. This one's called Bay. It wasn't quite lo-fi or chilled like I wanted it to be. This is more like a fire, like future bass type track. I can imagine it with a big drop, like an EDM type. It sounds fire. Really feeling the vocals in that one. It was similar to I think it might have been the first one we played. Very chilled. Cymatics, they come with quality every single time, but I feel like every single time they just give a bit more. Like in this pack, there's more vocals than there normally would be, and now they're giving out midis, where they just used to give out loop, just like one loop sample, so you never used to get the stems, and you definitely didn't used to get the MIDI files. But I think as time's going on, they're just giving out more and more, and it really helps, especially for the people that can't afford the final pack. Really helps. Soul food, that could be lo-fi, could be like a mix between lo-fi and soul type beats. love that. I can imagine like J. Cole on there saying something really soulful. So we've came to the end of the stems, and luckily I have found this one called Vortex. I'm going to use this one to make the beat. If you are still here, please drop a like, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if you've seen my last video that didn't get many plays, I could do with a lot of help from the YouTube algorithm at the moment. Yeah, let's get into making this beat. It's going to be some kind of chilled lo-fi type beat. Hopefully it'll inspire you guys to make your own. If you do want the pack, it is in the description below. Let's get into making this beat. So here is essentially the project. I've gone into the MIDI pack, found the MIDI with the same name as the stems. So now I have the MIDIs with stems. Basically I'm going to try and put my own flavor on it, put my own twist on it. I just don't want to take their stems, put some drums on it and say, yeah, that's mine. I'm going to try and add to it as much as I can to make it my own. So since we have a lot of the project already, I'm just going to throw some drums into the mixer, seeing how it sounds with some nice drums behind it, and then we'll go from there as I'm making my own melodies and whatnot. When we played this around the world sample earlier, I really like the percussion in it, so I'm going to take this percussion and put it into this track. So I'm just going to get rid of their lead. Like I said, I want to make it my own, so I'm going to add my own melody and take away their lead. So now I'm going to attempt to make my own kind of melody in there. I'm going to use the Anna 2. The Anna 2 is kind of my go-to for sounds at the moment. Just gonna have a flick through Arcade. I haven't been in here for a long time, as you can see here, because it's asking me to log in. So I really like this electric guitar. I think it's electric guitar. I'm just gonna put it in there as like an undertone kind of vibe. Just adds to the mix a little bit. So next, since I mentioned splice, now I want to look in splice for maybe like some kind of vocal that could go in there to make it sound a bit more interesting. So I found this very nice vocal. It's not very lo-fi, it's more like maybe R&B. So at this point I'm not even sure what I'm making for you guys. There's some lo-fi textures in there, some lo-fi hip-hop, and then now I have this vocal. Basically it's just a chilled beat. Maybe it's a chilled lo-fi hip-hop R&B beat. But yeah, it sounds very nice in my opinion. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. So what I've done is I've doubled the vocals, dropped one of the vocals down by 12 semitones, which is a complete octave. So I kind of want one kind of squeaky-ish and one kind of deep, just to make it sound more full and harmonized maybe a little bit. So next up I'm going to make a new bass line. I was just going to go with their bass line, but I felt like I hadn't changed enough of the track to make it my own. So even though I like their bass line, I'm going to try and attempt to make my own bass line. I'm just going to take the MIDI once again, use the bottom notes and maybe some of the other notes as well to try and recreate my own bass line. I've got the 808, it's just basically following the kick, so it sounds like there's a better groove to it, so like it sounds like they're not at odds, if that makes sense, so they're in sync with each other. The kick hits when the 808 kicks. That is another problem as well. I'm supposed to be making lo-fi, but now I've added an 808 in there, which once again, yeah, I don't know what I'm making at this point. It's not typical lo-fi, that's for sure, but it's lo-fi-ish. It has some lo-fi elements. Now I've added an 808 in there to confuse things further, but it sounds nice. Music, you can do whatever you want, jump out of the box. You do not have to stick to the rules. It sounds nice. It's lo-fi, hip-hop, R&B, kind of. Hope you guys like it. Drop a like if you're feeling it. Drop a like if you absolutely hate it. Love you guys. Thank you. In my last video, I couldn't do all the shout outs that I promised in my previous video before that, because when I'm doing giveaways, there's a ton of comments. There's over 100 comments, pushing 200 comments, and there's just way too many people to shout out. But now the giveaways have died down a little bit, I'm guessing I'm going to get a few less comments. So starting from now, I'm doing the shout outs once again. So if you do want to shout out in my next video, all you have to do in the comments below right now is type in octopus. That's it, octopus, in the comments below right now. But with all that being said, I feel like this beat has came to a conclusion. If you do want to hear the full beat, it will be at the very end after the outro. And speaking of the outro, let's get into the outro. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed me making that beat. Hopefully it kind of inspired you to make your own beats. Don't forget, this pack is full of all genres, not just chill or lo-fi type music. So definitely get this pack even if you're not interested in lo-fi. If you did enjoy the video, please subscribe before you leave, drop a like, and thanks for visiting. I'll see you guys in the next one. Pow.